Hey guys, welcome back to the teaching of basic Clash Royale. This is episode 2, and from that silver chest we got some cards to upgrade in our deck, and I'll also upgrade the archers for the XP, of course. Alright, now that's done, let's hop into the first game. Alright, I'm just going to go for a knight in the back because it's a safe play, and let's see what the opponent wants to do. He goes for a giant at the bridge. I'm going to misplace my goblin cage here. I place it too far away from the giant to show you guys that it will not pull the giant, and I will show you the proper placement later on. So I just went for musketeer here to make sure I didn't get 3 crowned, but he will definitely get the tower here, but I can go for a counter push, especially since he just wasted those archers at the bridge. Those were not good archers, they're just going to die to my troops. And I can go for, and that was a waste of a musketeer as well. That was -4 elixir, so this giant push should take the tower. I can also go for minions behind it. And he's going to have a really hard time stopping this. I'll have my arrows ready in case he wants to play something as well. He just goes for minions in the pocket. Alright, that's a good game. He's got no more elixir, and that's going to be a 3 crown. Alright, we get the choice between Goblin Cage and Goblin Hut. I take the Goblin Cage because it's in my deck, so let's upgrade that. Alright, nice. It's level 4 now. Let's hop into another game. Alright, I've got the knight in my starting hand, so I'll just go for that in the back again. See what he wants to do. He's leaking. Alright, he just goes for minions at the bridge. I can just go for my minions to counter those. Alright, he goes for a musketeer at the bridge. I can just go for mini pecker on top of that. That's a really good counter. As you can see, it just one-shots the musketeer there. Alright, is he going to defend this? No, he goes for giant. I'm going to show you guys the proper goblin cage placement. This is 3 tiles from my princess tower and 3 tiles from my king tower. This is going to pull all ground win conditions like the giant. It's a win condition because it only goes for buildings. He just goes for a mini pecker there, but I'm just going to let that go. Let him get the tower, as always, so we can come back. I can go for a giant in the other lane and build up a big push. His left side tower is on 16 health anyway, so it's not that bad. He got our left side tower. I can just go for a knight on top of his knight so that my giant doesn't take damage. And I'm going to go for musketeer here in front of my giant, but it actually gets pushed behind my giant. I wanted to show you guys what would happen if the musketeer goes in front of the giant, but this guy manages to get it behind, so thanks for that. I'm just going to mini pecker on the giant. And we're going to get his right side tower here. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be... Alright, he goes to the mini pecker. I can just fireball that for no damage. This shouldn't get a hit on my tower. Nice. And... oh, he puts a knight down on the mini pecker, but the musketeer is locked on and that knight's going to die, so that's going to be another 3 crown. Alright, in the next game, I've got knight in my starting hand, so just going to go for that safe play as always. Let's see what he wants to do. He's going to go for the spear goblins. I can just... I'm not going to ignore them, I'm just going to go for arrows now, because that's a lot of value. He also goes for the mini pecker. I'm going to let that get damage on my tower, and just go for a giant in the other lane. He ignores my knight though, so... he goes for a late knight, which is pretty bad. I can just go for a musketeer up high. As you can see, this will lose the interaction. It's going to die to his knight, because that's why you want to place support troops like musketeer behind the giant. And same with the minions there. They went in giant, so they literally got 1 hit on the tower. They didn't do much. I'm just going to goblin cage for this giant. And then arrows the spear goblins, and that's going to counter that. Those minions were pretty bad. It's just going to die to my tower because my goblin brawler is tanking right now for those minions. I can go from mini pecker towards his king tower because my giant is still pretty healthy. This mini pecker is going to threaten the 3 crown. I can just fireball in case he plays something. He doesn't. He just goes for mini pecker on the attack, but that's already a 3 crown. Alright, we get some gold from the trophy road. Let's hop into another game. He goes for a mini pecker at the bridge. I'm just going to go for a knight to counter that. And I'm not going to place the Goblin Cage here, I'm going to let him get the tower. I'm just going to go for a Musketeer in the back to make sure I don't get 3 crowned. But he's wasting Elixir here, just going for Knight like that, so I'm confident I can get the tower in the counter push. I can just go for minions like this to kill these spear goblins. And then I can go for... Oh, that was a really bad Goblin Hut. That's just a -5 Elixir play right there because that Goblin Hut didn't achieve anything. I can go for Mini P.E.K.K.A. and he wastes archers as well. That's just going to die to my troops, so I can go for Giant now. And he's wasted 8 Elixir in total, so there's no way he fully stops this push. He just goes for a Mini P.E.K.K.A, but since he played it on top of mine, my one wins the interaction. And that's going to be towered down. And I can just spam more troops in the pocket. This Knight will tank for my troops. As you can see, his Princess Tower is shooting my Knight, so my Giant's going to stay extra healthy. I've got 2 Musketeers down, and that's a 3 crown. Alright, in the next game, just going to go for Knight in the back and see what this guy wants to do. Goblin Cage at the bridge, what? And then he just goes for a Goblin Cage and Goblin Hut at the bridge. This guy thinks it's Clash of Clans right now. Just gonna Musketeer to snipe these buildings down. I don't know what this guy is doing. Yeah, that was real. And he goes for Giant as well. So that's like all of his Elixir gone. I'm just gonna go for Goblin Cage in the correct placement. 3 tiles from my tower, 3 tiles from the King Tower. And now I'm just gonna counter push with Giant here and try to end this game. Yeah, that was a bad Mini P.E.K.K.A. Alright, I'm just going to speed it up here because he didn't do much to defend this push. He just went for a Musketeer and then gave up, so that was a quick win. And then from the Trophy Road we get a gold chest, which is nice. Let's open that up real quick. Alright, we can upgrade the Spear Goblins and the Fireball, which is nice. That's going to get some good XP. I don't think it's enough for level 3 though. Let's see. No, not level 3 yet, but that's fine. Let's open to one more game for the next arena, I guess. Alright, final game, just going to go for Knight in the back as always. See what this guy wants to do. He's leaking right now. He just goes for the Goblin Hut and then the Giant. I'm just going to Fireball the Goblin Hut and let his Giant get to my tower. I might just arrows these Spear Goblins though. Oh, he goes for Mini P.E.K.K.A as well. Alright, I'll let him take the tower here and then counter push. I'm going to show you what happens. I'm just going to Mini P.E.K.K.A like this. As you can see, it dies straight away because his Mini P.E.K.K.A was already on the field, so that's why you don't want to play your cards on top of theirs like that. If it's like a Mini P.E.K.K.A on a Mini P.E.K.K.A, because your one will just always lose the interaction. He goes for the Fireball. That was a good Fireball. He took the value when he saw it. He hit the tower and the Musketeer. But the Musketeer is on 1 HP. I'm going to take advantage of this and protect it with Giant and then counter push with minions. And my Giant is tanking for the minions because I played it first, so that's why you want to play your support troops behind the Giant. Those minions are doing so much damage. That was a late cage in the wrong placement, so it did not pull the Giant. And I can just go for the 3 crown here. I'm just going to build up some Elixir. First, he goes for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I just need to counter this, and then I can go for the 3 crown counter push. I'll just go for Knight. I can just arrows those minions, and that Mini P.E.K.K.A will get taken care of. Let's see what he wants to do. Alright, he's not doing anything, so I'm going to go for Musketeer in the back. That was a bad Giant. I can just Goblin Cage like this, and it will get full counted. It's not even going to make it to my towers, because there's so many things hitting it right now. And now that we have this... Okay, that was a really bad Goblin Hut. That's just going to die to my Goblin Brawler and Musketeer, so now I can go for Giant. Oh, he places Goblin Cage in the middle of the arena. That was really bad. And those archers were bad as well, because he played it on top of my troops. So, as I was explaining before, it's just going to lose the interaction when you do that. So now I can spam my entire Elixir bar, and he can't stop this. This is going to be a 3 crown. I'll just arrows to speed it up, and that's good game. Alright, we made it to Bone Pit, and thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.